Hey Rat Gang, give me a chance. I can explain. I know these first couple clips look like I filmed them on the Android, but I did notice that I had to wipe off my screen in just a second, so please do not exit out of this video. But as you can see, I already started out and her ball cap is already on. Right now, I'm cleaning the front of that ball cap from excess oils and possible makeup that I dragged too far out on her forehead. My last hair video was all about glue and wig placement and how that could take your install from 0 to 1,000,000. A lot of times we just do this basic ass hairline on our wigs where it just goes around like in a round rainbow shape, but we could follow our own hairline and make the wig resemble our own hairline to a T. So if you want to know the tips and tricks that I put out on that video as far as placement, then go watch it. But if you already watched that video, then you can see that I am following her exact hairline right now in this video as well. I start off by applying the glue of my ball cap, following her exact hairline, so that once I have my ball cap down, I still know what her hairline looks like underneath. And I just apply glue in that same outline that I have already formed. I have to take my time to really make sure that I am thinning out the layers of glue piece by piece, section by section, so that I don't really deviate from the outline of her hairline that I already set the foundation for. She was going to Mexico. You know, when you go on vacation, you get your hair wet, and I would hate for her to jump into a pond or a lake or whatever they got in Mexico and then her come back up to the surface but that wig sink down below. So I applied 4 layers of glue to this install, really making sure that her wig was going to last and nobody would be embarrassed on this vacation. First and foremost, House of Vane got the best lace. You'll see why I say that at the end of this video or towards the end of this video. But this is a used wig. Like, this is not fresh out of the pack. This wig is 2 years old, and to apply it, I started off by applying it in the middle. I kind of like to hold it in the middle for like 5-10 seconds just so I can make sure that the middle is really tacked down before I go to tugging on the sides. And once I start applying on the side, I like to go section by section. I don't just apply it in one shot, pulling the whole lace on the left or the whole lace on the right, and I pull it down and I tack it down in one movement. No, that's you or that's me begging for ripples in this girl lace, and I hate when I do something and I don't like it. So no, I go section by section and I really apply attention to the lace. I really pull it so I can make sure that the lace is going to be laying flat across her head. And I also like to press that lace into the layers of glue with my rat tail comb. Once I have one side tacked down, I have her grab onto the lace or to a sideburn, pull it down towards her cheek. And you see how I tried to apply that in one straight shot? Don't do that. I had to go back and check myself and apply it section by section. Like, you know that don't work. What are you even doing? I must have been trying to demonstrate for y'all. I don't know. But yeah, I have her hold on to one side, and then I go and I do the same thing to the other side using my comb to really comb through the lace and press the lace into the layers of glue without like trying to jam it into her skull, but just like applying some pressure. So you see how the hairline is kind of like basic and it's just rounded, and some of it is balding towards the hairline. That's okay. Most of that is going to get cut off because the glue is not placed in this shape. So anywhere where the glue is not even laying down, that part of the lace is probably going to get cut off, which is good because we don't want the parts of the lace that are balding to be on her head anyways. So after I comb through the lace, making sure that it's tacked down to the glue as well as it can be before I tie it down, I tie it down with an elastic band, and I link these so y'all could get like a whole roll of them off of Amazon. I let her blow dry it on the heat setting for probably like 15 minutes, and then this is what it's looking like right now. You can see that some of the edges of the lace are not laying down in glue because there was no glue under those specific pieces, and I did install this wig a little bit more forward than where I actually put the glue at because I want to be able to cut off the pieces that are balding seamlessly without having to go back and clean her skin of excess glue. Now I'm just cutting off whatever was not laying in the glue and it was the pieces that was balding. I didn't apply it that much ahead of the layers of glue, but I did apply it at least like a couple centimeters ahead of the glue because I needed the balding part to come off, and I needed it to really come out in the shape that I applied the glue, which makes the hairline look more realistic because we're not Armenian, we are black. Our hairline don't just go straight across, full straight across in like a round shape. That's just not even realistic for real. If you do have that and you're black, congratulations, but that is not what we got. So to keep this wig as realistic as possible, placement, placement, placement. I'm not gonna tell y'all again, you need to go watch that video. Under the pieces of lace that I did keep and not cut off, if it needed more glue, then I went and I applied 4 layers of glue under those specific pieces, and then I tacked them down once they turned clear. I also felt like sometimes my sideburns go down too low, so I made sure to cut the lace exactly right above the ear so that this wig does not go too low down to the sideburns of her ears. I felt like the wig was looking like a little bit kind of ashy. This is HD lace from House of Vane, but it was not that bad, so I just applied whatever was on my makeup brush from the bald cap along the hairline of the actual wig just to make that start blending in a little bit better. But if you watch my videos consistently, then you already know my major trick to make a wig blend is tying it down 2 times. The first time you tie it down like regular, you let it blow dry on the heat setting. The second time, like what I'm about to do right now, I take Got To Be, I spray it across all of the lace, and then I tie it down again and I let that blow dry for another 10 minutes. You have to wait. Hold on, why is she tacking down the lace trying to make it seem like I missed the spot? Baby, I got it. But like I was saying, you have to make sure that you spray your hairline with a strong hold hairspray, whether it be Got To Be or the Tresemme, or if you like the even, whatever. Spray down the very front hairline, tie it down again, blow dry it on the heat setting again, and when you take it off, your hairline is gonna go crazy. Look at this. First of all, the placement was fire. Second of all, the lace was fire. Third of all, like, I gotta stop bragging. Honestly, like you see what I see, right? You see how the hairline not going straight across, like unrealistically. Like you see how the placement is important, right? And you see how the lace is lacing, right? Like it's not just me. Okay, so trigger warning. If you not into baby hair, like you part of the club that be leaving comments talking about baby hair, baby hair. I don't even know what y'all be saying. I can't even lie and make up a comment. But if that's you, baby, go ahead and exit out this video right now. You've seen all you've needed to see. But right now, I'm going to start working on baby hair. And we're doing a lot of baby hair on this lace. I already parted out the sideburns, the Got To Be, to help me keep the sideburns flat. Because if I was to hot comb it forward as much as I would need to keep the hair flat, she would be flinching and doing all type of stuff, and it would get on my nerves. So I just use Got To Be spray to keep the hair flat while I go ahead and I spray Got To Be on the hairline that is going backwards, that won't be a part of the baby hair, to keep it out of the way. And I also use like the back of the hot comb, the teeth of the hot comb, to really help me keep hair in place, the places that I need them to be. We're doing a lot of baby hair, meaning we're doing it straight across the forehead, but we're not doing thick baby hair. They're gonna be small, but they're gonna be like wavy. It's gonna look like vacation hair if you did not see from the thumbnail. So I'm just gonna tweeze out some of the hair so I could thin it out a little bit, make it look like better, more realistic. And then I'm gonna go straight across the forehead, and I'm gonna curl the baby hair with this flat iron. I linked this in my description box. I also got it from Amazon. You guys who watch my videos consistently know that I've been really liking the Got To Be in the Yellow Bottle Gel for my baby hair lately. I still like it, but I feel like I'm going to do an updated baby hair tutorial soon because I have another method in mind that might be even more fire. But for now, my latest baby hair tutorial, I uploaded it a few months ago. I will link it up here, but that is a very simple baby hair design. The 2 sideburns with the 2 swoops on the side of your temples. If you guys want a detailed baby hair tutorial on the baby hair that I'm doing in this video, then leave a comment down below. But I'm not really going into that much detail about how I did it. I'm gonna let y'all see everything, but I didn't go into detail explaining like my hand or my wrist movements. You know, these girls like to be like, oh, it's all in a flick of the wrist, whatever that means. I didn't do no flick of the wrist for y'all, no flick of the wrist explanations. So let me know if that's what you want. Oh, one thing I would say is for the baby hair like this that's going all across, it's better off to start in the baby hair that's going to be in the middle. I know it's a lot of hate groups going around talking about they don't like the baby hair in the middle. Girl, she like the baby hair in the middle. So if you do too and you want to do these style of baby hair on yourself or on somebody, I suggest starting in the middle. That way the baby hair, the swoops that are going on either side of the middle, they will be more symmetrical and you have a better idea of where to place them because the one in the middle is already there. Another thing I could say is I love how the baby hair looks when you actually swoop it into the hair that's going towards the back. So instead of it looking like this baby hair is across the street from the rest of the wig, you want to make it seem like this street is like coming together. There really is no road in the middle of the sidewalks. It's just one long sidewalk, and the sidewalk may be doing like curves and it may be turning and turning, but it's still one sidewalk. So I really think you should try to start swooping the baby hair into the rest of the hair so that it looks seamless. You know, I explained this in my most recent side part 6x6 lace closure video. My side part that I did on myself on this channel was so ugly, was so buzz, and that's because my baby hair looked like it was across the street from the rest of the hair. That's the problem, and I ain't deleted either because I need to know where I came from as I progress on this channel. But once you start swooping the baby hair into the rest of the hair, like look at how that look in the middle, how I'm swooping it into the rest of the hair. Does that not look so much better than it looking like it's like on the opposite side of the road? You know what I'm talking about. It be looking like 2 stupid friends standing on opposite sides of the street trying to have a conversation, just yelling and looking stupid, when y'all could just cross the street and talk to each other like 2 civilized people. That's what the baby hair gives when you push it into the hair that's going in the back. Like, look how natural this looks. It's a lot of baby hair, but it don't look crazy to me. Once the baby hair was done, I took this like shining glossing spray and I sprayed that against the hairline. I used that as a product to give the hairline some shine and help the roots get as flat as possible as I hot comb through it to prep it for the braid. Oh, and now that I think about it, baby hair that looks like it's running away from the rest of the hair could be a result of how you pluck. I explained how to avoid that in my plucking video up here. If you feel like you're having problems with that, then I highly suggest you go watch it. You guys already saw me part the hair down the middle, and I added some concealer down that middle part just to help that middle part like pop out more in a natural way though. So I didn't apply a concealer that was too bright. But then I sectioned out the piece that I'm going to be braiding down, and I applied some edge booster gel in the front and in the back. I combed through it and then I braided it. The gel helps the hair just to hold better, and it helps it to look neater so that when she's on vacation, the braid not going to start looking mess, start looking fuzzy, and she doesn't have to unbraid it to do it over or unbraid it just to get the mess out her head. I did the same thing to both sides, and I braided the hair down as far down as I needed it to keep the hair from unraveling. I'm parting out a section of the frontal towards the back to cover the tracks in the back, and then I spray it with Got To Be spray. I comb it in a neat way, and then I hot comb it in place just to dry it down and mold it down, and to keep it being like held like that in place. I have a recent video about how to get your frontal flat, especially when you're working with a dense frontal. Just like in that video, how I suggested that you part through the frontal, don't just hot comb the top. I'm doing that right now. I'm parting through the frontal. I'm applying wax stick to the very roots. I hot comb the roots, and then I flat iron the rest. I told her she gonna have to retire this frontal soon. Like, the part's starting to get a bit short. It's giving 13 by 2 instead of 13 by 6 or 13 by 4. But this wig is 2 years old and the hair is still like fire. That's why you should shop House of Vane. I got a code on screen. Just to do like some finishing touches, I spray the very top with some Fantasia spritz. It's a good hold, but it's also a very movable hairspray, and I'm getting the hair neat into place to fall back behind her ear. I take both braids and I place that above her ear, above the rest of the hair that's going straight down, and then I tie it in a rubber band in the back of her head. So because this hair is 2 years old, it went from giving like 26, 24 inches to like a good little 20. You know, I might tell you a joke, but I'm not going to tell you a lie. So I had to blunt cut the split ends in the back just so it could still like give healthy hair. And the hair is healthy. It's not like it's been shedding like a dog. It's been 2 years. So that's normal. That's to be expected. But guys, this is the end of the video. That is how I accomplished this vacation inspired hair on her. Give this video a thumbs up if you feeling it. Subscribe to my channel if you like content like this. I also make other content: makeup, beauty, lifestyle, fashion related content. I'm getting kind of tired of the hair tutorials, so expect something different in the next coming weeks, months. But yeah, I gotta go. See you next time. Bye.